Well, hello everybody. I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to my channel. I've got a little haul for you today. I've got some stuff from Home Bargains, so I thought I would show you that. I hope you're all doing really good. And yeah, I'm just going to get stuck straight in today. It's just a quick one. Popped to Home Bargains, got a few little autumnal bits again. Although this isn't really autumnal, but it's for any occasion really. But I've been after a wooden tray for candles and basically to keep the sideboard in my my living room protected, because I've got a really lovely sideboard in there, but I do not want it getting scratched or anything, and I don't want it getting like heat marks or burns or anything like that from candles. So I've been after a tray for a little while, and you know, you see them around quite a lot, but there haven't really been ones that I've liked in the right shade. And I came across these ones in Home Bargains. I can't remember how much this was now, but it wasn't a lot. It was under £5. I think it might have been about £3.99, something like that. So pretty good price. But yeah, I just got this little candle tray. I think it might be a mango wood, or oh no, hold on. It actually says what it is. Oh, it's I can never pronounce this. Is it acacia? I think it's acacia. So yeah, acacia wood. But each piece is obviously unique because it is real wood. So that's another thing I liked about it. I'm so fussy when it comes to, I like things to be just right. And there was a whole pile of them on the shelf, and I literally stood there for ages and I went through every single one to try and find the pattern that I liked the most, because some of them were darker than, some were lighter, some had like weird little knots in and stuff like that. So yeah, I just really liked that one because I liked the mix of different colours in it. So yeah, nice little candle tray for my sideboard in the living room. I'm just gonna have a quick drink. God, just run ragged today. I've actually been run ragged pretty much the whole weekend. God, last night, it's Sunday today, and yesterday I got up late because I've had a really busy week at work, and because my boss has basically been off. Now, I came back from my annual leave, so I had lots of catching up to do as it is, but then my boss was off, so I was having to cover. So yeah, it was just a manic week trying to play catch up with my own work and then trying to cover as well. And I think I've ended up doing about probably 4.5 hours extra this week, spread over the week. I've been having some like late finishes, and they've just kind of done me in really. I am actually entitled to take that time back, but to be honest, most of the time I don't bother, because if you take time off, you will then have to catch up. So it's kind of a vicious circle really. So I think I'll just cut my losses and just not worry about it. But yeah, it's been really busy. And then yesterday morning I thought, you know what, I don't have any plans this weekend, I'm just going to chill out. I do have food shopping to do and a couple of other bits, but generally it's just stuff around the house that I need to do, so I'm going to have a nice chill. And I decided to have a nice lay-in, and I read my book. So I just read my book in the morning, which was lovely, and then I popped out, did my food shop. Then I had to go and help my mum with something, because she's gotten a new laptop and a new printer, and she couldn't work out how to print things and how to set it up and stuff, so I done that. Unfortunately, it took a bit longer than I realised it would, because I thought it was just going to be a case of nip round on my way back from my food shop, show her how to use it, done. I ended up being there, I think, for nearly 2 hours because the damn thing wouldn't print, and I'm not exactly technically minded myself. I mean, I know the basics, but I'm not I'm not an IT technician. So I was getting really annoyed because I just couldn't work out what the problem was. Anyway, I fixed it, but because I got sucked in with the time, and basically by the time I got home, the stuff that I'd bought, I bought 2 lots of what do you call them, ice creams. I was gonna say ice lollies then, it's not ice cream. And they'd all defrosted, and it says on the packet, obviously, once defrosted, do not refreeze. I have refrozen them, but they all broke, because when I took them out of I have to take the ice creams out of the cardboard packaging when I put them in my freezer, just to save on space. And when I took them out, a lot of them were sort of like the chocolate on the outside had had like crushed, and then all of the ice cream in the middle obviously was all just liquid. So I've refrozen them, but to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be able to eat them. So that's about £4 worth of ice cream down the drain. Yeah, I just fingers and toes and everything crossed I don't get food poisoning, because I had meat in the car as well. And by the time I put that in my fridge, I mean, the chicken still felt a little bit cool, but it wasn't like really, really cold. It wasn't quite room temperature, but it was getting there. So I googled it, and it said you shouldn't eat chicken if it's been out of a fridge for more than a couple of hours, because it can get it can like turn, you know, quite quick. And I mean, it's in sealed packaging, so I'm not sure, but basically I either risk it, and that was all of my, like, this literally was all of my shopping for the week. And I had sausages, I had chicken, I had steak. I mean, I think red meat would be a bit better, because, you know, they say about bringing steak up to room temperature anyway before you cook it. But basically, I've either got to risk it or waste all of that money and that meat, and yeah, go out and get another load of food shopping. So at the moment, I'm risking it, because I hate wasting food, particularly when it has come from an animal, because it's really wasteful to obviously not eat meat when an animal's died for your dinner. But yeah, so that was yesterday, and I had so much stuff to do at home, and then by the time I got back, it was like 5 o'clock. I just don't understand where the day went. The whole day just, and I was like, all I've done is, I mean, okay, I know I chose to have a lie-in, but I mean, I did deserve it after the week I'd had. And yeah, just a food shop and then helping out my mum, and that was it. My whole Saturday gone, and I had so much to do at home. So I ended up working until 11 o'clock last night. When I say working, I mean like house chores and doing all the stuff that I needed to do around the house. It literally took me from when I got in at 5, and I didn't stop until 11. I was doing everything, because since being back from holiday, I mean, last time I did a proper, what I call like a proper house clean, was before I went away on holiday, and I haven't done it since I got back. So everything needed doing. But you know, also you get all these little jobs that build up and you just don't ever seem to get around to doing them. It's starting to get to the stage where they were really, really bad. And I was like, right, I'm just going to blitz the house. I'm going to do everything. So yeah, I was just on a mission, and I just popped some painkillers and just went for it, and I didn't even have dinner, and it got to 11 o'clock and I finally sat down, and I was like, I even went past you know when you like feel faint, I went past feeling faint, I went past feeling nauseous, pushed through that, and then I even then had like the, you know, the stomach pains and the grumbling and all of that, and then I pushed through that and that disappeared, and by 11 o'clock I actually felt quite invigorated. I wasn't hungry anymore, and I didn't even feel tired. I think I'd kind of pushed through it and ended up, I don't know, maybe my body decided to start eating into my my fat reserves instead or something. It was burning stored calories, because I seem to have been able to just go full circle and feel normal again. I know it's really bad, I shouldn't really have done that, but I was so on a mission, and I thought if I stop, I won't finish it. And do you ever get like that sometimes, where you've had so many things build up and you go, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, and then they play on your mind, they make you feel anxious, and you're like, I really need to get them done, and then you get annoyed at yourself that you haven't done them, and you're like, I will do it tomorrow, and then another day comes and you still haven't done it. And I was getting like that, so I was just like, right, I'm just going to do it. So yeah, I ended up eating a bowl of cereal at 11 o'clock, because I thought I can't go to bed hungry, but also it's not good to eat obviously that late. So I ended up just having a very small bowl of cereal, just enough to basically shut my stomach up and get me through the night. Yeah, and then I just went to bed. So yeah, it was a bit crap yesterday really, but today's been a better day. Today I had to go out to the supermarket again, because I forgot stuff yesterday. So then I had to go Lidl today. I ended up getting some bits that I hadn't managed to get yesterday, and yeah, just managed to come home and chill a bit. So today, the rest of today is basically film and chill. So there you go. Oh, I've got to tell you this. I'll do a little short so that I can show you these, but this is just the most amazing thing since sliced bread. You know how much I love bats? Well, there's this cereal that I really like in Aldi. I eat it all year round. It's my favourite cereal. It's like a Reese's dupe. It's peanut butter balls cereal, and it's a mix of like chocolate little wheat balls and then peanut butter filled wheat balls, and they are absolutely delicious. And yeah, it's my favourite cereal, and I eat it all the time. I was scrolling through socials the other day, and just the advert for all of their Halloween stuff came up, and they have got peanut butter bats, and I love bats, and it's my favourite cereal. They could have literally picked any other product to sort of do a temporary like limited edition version of for Halloween, and they picked my cereal and they've made it into like one of my favourite creatures. I was just like, I think that's like, my name is all over that product. They might as well have just called it Lizzie's peanut butter bats, because that's just made for me. I squealed when I saw it. I was like, I must go and get that. So yeah, and I went a little bit crazy and I bought quite a few boxes of it because I checked the date on them and they're like good for like till next year. So yeah, I bought quite a lot. So I'll show you those. I'll film them in a little short so I can show you what they're like. But yeah, so if any of you do like peanut butter, I do recommend the peanut butter ball cereal from Aldi. It is so delicious, and it's quite high in fibre, and yeah, it's not as bad. I mean, it's sweet, but it's not as bad for you as some of the cereals out there. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with the rest of this stuff because I've carried on chin wagging. I got this, which is a Haunted House. They had some different versions of this, so different types. This is a Haunted House assorted pick decoration pack. And it's basically little black stalks of dead twigs with bats on. And the bats are felt. I think they are. Yeah, they're felt. So and they sort of just slot onto the. I think they just, yeah. There's like tabs on the back of the bats, and they just sort of slot onto the twigs. But yeah, I couldn't resist those. I thought they were really cool, and I thought splayed out in a vase. And if I sort of like bend the the twigs and sort of arrange it nicely, I thought that would look quite cool for Halloween. So yeah, I got those. I think I do still have the receipt in the bag. Hold on. Yeah. Let me just get the receipt out and then I can actually tell you guys. Yeah, the board, the candle plate was $3.99. These were, let me just check. $1.99. Can't grumble at that, can you? For a whole bunch with all the little bats on, $1.99. I just thought that was really, really good. They did do other ones. The only thing with these is because they are plastic, and I'm not normally a fan of buying faux flowers. I don't mind dried flowers, but plastic flowers I'm not really a big fan of. But I mean, I intend on keeping these for like years anyway. I just use them again and again. But the only thing is they're really, really long. I mean, this is standing on my desk. So I don't know if I've got a vase big enough. I mean, I've got vases big enough for them, but not in a Halloween style, because I'm not going to want to put them in a normal vase. So I don't know. I do have a bat vase in my, surprise, surprise. I've got a bat vase in my bedroom. I don't know whether they're going to fit in that, to be honest. Although they do seem to have little sort of indentations all the way up. So I don't know whether that's designed for you to be able to snap it shorter, because obviously with it being plastic, you can't cut them cut them down to size. So, oh well, I'll have to do a little experiment with that. But yeah, they were $1.99. I got another back themed thing. I do really love this, but I'm also really disappointed. This is a left-handed problem, so for the majority of you watching, this probably won't be a problem. But if any of you out there are lefties, I'm sure you will feel my pain when I say that it is really frustrating sometimes when things are designed specifically for right-handed people and they don't consider left-handed people. I know there's not as many of us, but you know, we do still want to be able to enjoy the same things as everybody else, and they seem to just sort of invent things and only sort of have right-handed people in mind, and it just grates on me a bit. I've had to, I mean, obviously I've been left-handed since birth, so as you grow up, you have to kind of learn to do things the right-handed way sometimes. I know there are things you can buy specifically left-handed, like when I was really little, my mum bought me my first pair of like child scissors for doing crafts and stuff. She actually bought me a specific pair of left-handed little child scissors, and I've actually still got them. They're in my workbox. I am actually old enough to have a workbox. They're with all of my cotton reels and all of that, and I still have those scissors because they're small and they're just handy for sort of using for cotton and stuff. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I am more used to cutting with my right hand than I am my left now, because most scissors that you buy from the shop for kitchen use or whatever, they're not specifically left-handed. And if you ever try, for all you right-handed people out there, if you want to know what it's like and how annoying it is, try and cut a piece of paper with your left hand. And all that will happen is the paper bends. You try and cut it and it basically just bends the paper. It doesn't cut. Knives in the kitchen, the serration of like the edge of the blades, they tend to serrate them in a certain angle, which is more designed for right-handed people. So like you're trying to hack up, it always makes me laugh how people go, oh Liz, you're so cack-handed and you can't cut things. And if you try and, like, God help you if you try and cut a loaf of bread or something. I mean, thank God for sliced bread, because I would literally cut it like a doorstop. But it's because the blades are angled for right-handed people, and so yeah, I end up just like, I mean, trying to cut cheese is a nightmare, trying to cut anything is a nightmare, but you do just get used to using your right hand. And then even in the workplace, like over the years, in different places that I've worked, they always set up, I mean, I know nowadays you get like wireless mouse and stuff, but they always used to set up the workstations back when we had like mice that were still wired ones, like plugged in, and they'd always set it all up to the right, and they set up your desk phone to the right. So everything's just back to front for me, and I don't want to have to unplug and do, like, I used to have to do this sometimes years ago when I worked in this office. I would have to crawl under the desk, unplug everything, pull it all through the holes and everything in the desk, flip it over to the left, rewire it all through the desk again, just for me, because it used to drive me crazy. And then of course, if you're hot desking, you come in and then someone else who's right-handed is sat there and it's all been moved back again. I was just, oh God, honestly. I'm sure some people out there will feel my pain, but it is annoying. Anyway, I have gotten used to using my right hand for a lot of things. Some things I even prefer my right now because I've just gotten too used to it. With mice, I actually do, my mouse currently on my desk is actually on the right hand side. That's because I've spent so many years using it on the right that I actually am quicker using it on the right. But I can switch over if I need to. But another weird thing I do, I don't know why I do this, it's only with crisps. If I'm eating a bag of crisps, I eat them with my right hand. I don't know why, it just feels natural to me. I hold the bag in my left and I eat them with my right. No idea why. But if I was eating anything else where you eat it one-handed, like a piece of fruit, so like an orange or an apple or a pear, I would eat it with my left. It's only crisps that for some reason it's more comfortable for me to, like, it feels more right to like hold it in my left and eat with my right. I have no idea why. The weird thing is, my nephew, he's left-handed. he's the only one out of all of my brother's kids that ended up being left-handed. So the gene must have skipped because my brother is not left-handed. And I asked him, he's only little, bless him, but I noticed when he was a toddler, I noticed that he first started using, once he was old enough to start like, you know, drawing, holding crayons and stuff, I noticed that he was favouring the left. And I know you can't really tell when kids are too young because they tend to be more ambidextrous at that age, but then he just stuck to his left and I was like, yes, there's another lefty in the family, it's been passed down. Yeah, I asked him, I said, when you hold your crisps, I said, which hand do you eat with? And he's the same as me. He eats them with his right, but holds the packet in his left. Such a weird thing. Anyway, I'm really annoyed because this mug is absolutely gorgeous. Again, it's got my name all over it because it's just bats. See the little bat on the handle? Well, if I'm using my right hand, then as I take a drink, the bat face, look at him, he's so cute. He's got a little smiley face and everything. He's facing me when I'm having a drink with my right hand. But they didn't think to put it on both sides. So when I'm going to have a drink out of it, I'm not going to see my little bat. He's facing everybody else. And I do drink with my left hand. I can't really drink very well. If I tried to drink with my right, it would tend to go everywhere. So, so yeah, this is a gorgeous mug. The bats are actually embossed into the mug. And I love the contrast with the black and white. And he is just so adorable, just sat on there. But he's the wrong way around for me. And it nearly made me not buy it. I stood there for ages staring at them and I was like, and also, I'm fussy with everything I buy. I tend to always sift through. You know how I said about with the candle plate, I was going through them all to find the best pattern. I even do that with mugs if there's any like imperfections or anything. And I found the best one. And basically he's just always going to be facing away from me, which is a bit sad because I would like to look at him. So yeah. And I nearly didn't buy it because of that, but then I was like, no, because the design is so cool. But yeah, it is a bit annoying. And also, because he's curved, when I'm holding it that way, like my thumb is sort of, I don't know, it's just a weird placement for my thumb. Like, but it would be more comfortable if it was that way around because my thumb would then be resting inside the wing. Anyway, it just annoyed me. But yeah, the mug was $1.99. So same as the Halloween assortment of branches, $1.99. But yeah, I mean for that price, he is so cute though. Isn't that such a nice mug? I told you I'm bad with mugs this year. I've bought way too many mugs. But yeah, it just annoys me, and it is a common thing with mugs. If they do if they do writing, you sometimes find that the writing's only on one side, so that if I'm drinking from it, all I'm just greeted with is just nothing. It's only on the one side. Or sometimes, you know, you'll find a decorative mug where they've printed a cute thing on the inside, but again, they put it there so that if you're then drinking, yeah, it's facing you. Whereas if I'm drinking, it's on this side, so I can't see it. So anyway, that's me and my little rant about left-handed things. I did get a couple of other things that I've already taken out of the bag, but they weren't really interesting, to be honest. I got some Head Candy glycolic acid hair serum because I was running low on hair serum, and yeah, it's okay. I've actually got it in at the moment. It's made my hair quite straight, although I did blow dry it, which I don't often do. I like 99.9% of the time I let my hair dry naturally, because you know, heat styling and that is not good for your hair, but also if I let it to dry, leave it to dry naturally, I get more of my natural waves coming through. When I blow dry it, this is the result. I end up with it being a lot straighter. But the glycolic acid that I bought has actually helped with sort of the taming the frizz a bit, because my hair does tend to be quite frizzy, and yeah, it's sort of given it a bit of shine and made it a bit more manageable. So yeah, it's quite a good product. It was only £1.25, and again, it's cruelty free, and it was in Home Bargains, and that's Head Candy. I think, hold on, let me go get it quickly, because I'll be able to show you it. I've already used it a couple of times. It's not really exciting, but just in case anyone's interested or is after a new hair product, that's what it looks like. Head Candy Glycolic Acid. Glycolic Glaze and Glow Leave-In Serum for maximum shine. So there we go. Smells really nice. And for £1.25, I mean, it's a 200ml bottle, and you only need a couple of pumps. So yeah, there you go. That's that. And then the other couple of things that I got. I just got some crisps, but you know, the big sharing bags. I haven't seen this flavour in absolute donkey's years. They had a beef and mustard flavour, the big thick ridge cut crisps, and they had beef and mustard flavour. And I haven't seen them in the Home Bargains before, so I got a big bag of those, and they were lovely. I haven't finished them yet, but I have been munching on them during the week. They were £1 for a big bag, and then I just got some cat food. So yeah, nothing else interesting. I got a couple, sticking in with the sort of personal care. I just got a top up of these. I bought 2 of them because I love this stuff. This has become my sort of go-to product over the summer, but I'm going to continue it throughout the winter, because now that we're not going to get the sun as much, and our skin tends to look a bit sort of dull and a bit windswept in the winter and a bit tired, I'm hoping this will help keep my skin looking really, really fresh. But I am in love with this. This is the Sunkissed Skin brand Vitamin C Energizing Face Mist. It's got vitamin C and aloe vera in it. It's 95% products of natural origin, biodegradable formula. It's PETA approved, so cruelty free. Climate. It's in collaboration with Ecology, Climate Action Workforce, and the bottle is also made from recycled plastic. So yeah, quite a good little buy. And these are, I think, £1.70 something. Yeah, £1.79. They're £1.79 each, but it really does smell like orange with the vitamin C. It's, you know, do any of you remember, for those of you that are like my sort of age, Body Shop years ago? I always used to get them at Christmas. Body Shop used to do these little bath pearls, and you got them in like a Satsuma scent. Oh my god, they were lush in the bath when I was a kid. That's what this smells like a nice Satsuma smell. But yeah, it's just so refreshing. And if you're a bit stuck for time, you just need to quickly whiz out the door and your skin's looking a bit dull, or I'll tell you what, this enough wake you up. If you're feeling really, really tired, I just spritz this all over my face, and it sort of gives me this little wake up boost, and it really does help to freshen up my skin. So I really recommend this stuff. But yeah, £1.79. I just got 2 because with Home Bargains, you never know how long they're going to stock a product for, because they don't always continuously do a product. They might get like a certain amount in, and then they don't ever do that again. So whilst they're still doing it, I've been buying it. Each time I go and get it, I get a couple at a time. This is my main thing that I bought, which I'm really pleased with, but I'm hoping that they are going to fit. I shall have to give them a try on. I got these Nightmare Before Christmas pyjamas. They are really, really detailed. I got the 12 to 14, and they're family pyjamas, so they actually do the children's sets as well to match. And yeah, just the amount of detail of all the different characters on was just crazy. Can't believe the level of detail. And the material, they're not overly thick. Because when I was younger, I used to really love buying like the fleece pyjamas. But as I've gotten older, I've just found that, I think it's because like I'm getting to middle age, I just find them too hot and stuffy. But I do prefer to wear layers, like thinner stuff, but it's things that I can layer up, because then if I'm too hot, I can take layers off rather than having one layer that's just really, really stuffy. This is quite thin, but the material, I don't know if that's going to show up on camera, but it's actually quite fuzzy. It's like a velvety material, really, really nice. So they will be warm, but they're not overly thick. But yeah, just the amount of detail on them. They've gotten really creased in the bag, but I mean, I'll just do that so you can see. Look, you've got the, what's his name? Is it the Oogie Boogie Man? Do you know, he actually freaks me out. I don't like that character. I actually prefer Corpse's Bride film to Nightmare Before Christmas, purely because I really don't like, I don't know why, but he has always completely freaked me out. And you've got the little bats. There's little pumpkins and spiders. I don't know if that's, yeah, look, little pumpkins and spiders. There's the little ghost dog. There's these like little snake things. There's the sledge with the gramophone on it. Obviously there's the main characters. I can't remember what his name is, but he's another scary looking dude. I don't like him, that one there. But yeah, and then you've got these little clusters of bats. Some are on their own, some are in a little cluster. But I just couldn't believe how many different characters are on them. Really, really detailed. I mean, this bit you've got a little church. So yeah, I just thought they were really, really lovely, and I shall look forward to wearing those of an evening when I'm just chilling out. They weren't too bad. I think they're £14. Yeah, £14 those ones. So that's not too bad considering it is Disney. And then the last two things I got, I can't remember if I've shown you these before, or maybe I did last year, but Home Bargains are doing these peanut butter pumpkin bites. I first saw these in Aldi last year, but Aldi don't seem to be doing them this year. I've been in a couple of times now to check their Halloween stock, and in the sweet section, and I haven't come across them, so I don't think they're doing them. But again, they're kind of like a Reese's dupe with the peanut butter. I mean, even the packaging is, you know, sort of similar, but they're gorgeous. You get 9 in a bag, which I always think is a bit weird, of a weird number, but they're always reducing things down now, aren't they? Like, they put the prices up and take the amount that you get out. Would have been nice to have had it as a nice sort of rounded off 10, but no, it's like 9. I bet next year it'll be like 8 for the same price. But yeah, they are a bit pricey. These were £1.50 a bag, and you do only, I mean, I could scoff these in one evening quite easily. There's only 9 of them. But yeah, they're £1.49 a bag, which I think is quite expensive for 9 chocolates. But they are quite big, to be fair. They're probably about that big, and they are filled with squidgy peanut butter, and the milk chocolate tastes lush. But yeah, I noticed that Home Bargains are doing them this year. So I did get a couple of bags. I have already bought some, and I've eaten them all. And this is my top-up stock, so I'm just going to enjoy those whilst I can, because they only do them at Halloween. And yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that Aldi aren't doing them this year. Well, I think that's it, guys. Yeah, PJs and just a couple of body care products and my little bat mug and the decorations. So that's it. And hope you're all doing really well, and thanks for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you already haven't. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.